everyone. Today I'm going to teach you a new thing. It's called to be social skills. The entire world is about communication now. So what is meant by communication? Let's make a little introduction about communication. So communication, it is a two-way process. Communication is a two-way process. So who will be there in communication? There will be one speaker and one listener. One listener or more listeners. Okay, so the speaker speaks and that reaches the listener. And the listener understands that. And then the listener becomes the speaker. And the speaker becomes the listener. So, if what the speaker is spoken is understood by the listener, then it is communication. And if he starts speaking and what he speaks understood by this listener, then communication is complete. Here, communication is done. If any of them could not understand what one speaks, then it is considered to be noise. It's not communication. So, what is the main purpose of communication? To make others to understand. But just look at modern situation. What we may understand, what we don't understand, just make a comparison. What we don't understand is more than what we understand. And we sometimes misunderstanding is also happen. We misunderstand the people when they speak. So, have to make others to impress through our speaking. When we speak, the others must accept us. They must be in good terms with us forever. So, it is said universally that we need friends. May not be a many number of friends, maybe a restricted number of friends, but we should not lose anyone at any time. So, to make good friendship and to get good results while we are presenting in any of the situations, we need impressive social skills. So, the impressive social skills, maybe first we have to think about communication and later we talk about the other skills in the upcoming videos. So, first let us talk about what are the social skills needed to make yourself to be good in presentations. So, the first skill is avoid fidget. The word may be new to you. Of course, when we have to make our stress less, we used to fidget. So, what is meant by fidgeting? Fidgeting is maybe moving the body, moving the eyebrows, or your face, or maybe playing with your hair, or adjusting your dress. Anything is considered to be fidgeting. So, what people used to do when we are talking with others, when we are not interested, what we used to do? We touch our forehead, or we may touch our nose, our eyes, or ears. Or sometimes we turn our eye contact. We don't look at the speaker. Then our listening also will be disturbed. So don't fidget. Actually, fidgeting is a very bad behavior when you are talking to others. At the same time, don't be like a robot. Don't be very standing still or just staring at one person. It too is wrong. Don't stare, but be comfortable, be compassionate that you are listening to the others. Give an impression that you are listening and you are playing a very important role in listening what they are saying. And so that the speaker certainly will be satisfied when he is speaking. So remember very well, don't fidget. And now, actually, this fidgeting is becoming a habit for all the students. So, don't fidget when others are speaking to you. Listen carefully. This is considered to be proactive listening. So ఫస్ట్ సోషల్ స్కిల్లో మనం మొదట నేర్చుకునేది ఏంటంటే ఫిడ్జెట్ చేయొద్దండి. అంటే అటు ఇటు చూడటం, చెప్పే వాళ్ళ మొహం చూడకుండా ఇంకొక పక్కకు చూడటం, తలని తాకడం, కళ్ళని తాకడం, ముక్కుని తాకడం, లేదు శరీర భాగాలని దేనైనా తాకడం, డ్రెస్ని అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోవడం, ఇవన్నీ చేస్తే వినే వాళ్ళకి ఏమనిపిస్తుందంటే నేను చెప్పే విషయం పైన వీళ్ళకి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు అని వినేవాళ్ళు ప్రజెంట్ చేసినట్టుగా అవుతుంది. అలా చేయకూడదు. చెప్పే వాళ్ళ పైన మనం గౌరవం చూపించినట్టుగా ఉంటేనే వాళ్ళు ఏమైనా మనకు చెప్పగలుగుతారు. సో ప్రో యాక్టివ్ లిసనింగ్ స్కిల్ అంటే ఏంటంటే మన మనసు, శరీరం రెండూ కూడా వినే దాని మీద పూర్తిగా కేంద్రీకరించాలి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, the world is about problems, especially in Indians. When we speak to others, we speak about our problems only. What we think is we are making an emotional connection with them when we are talking about problems, but that's wrong. It gives a negative impression. So don't talk negatives. I can say talk positive. What is talking in a positive way? When you are talking to the others, you will understand what is their interest, the first thing. Or you can say about your interest also in sharing point of view. And the next one, you can understand what is their goal and what is your goal. And what are the common interests to both of you. Or what are the common things that you can share that may not hurt others. It is very common when 4 or 5 sit together, we speak about the one who is not there in the group. That's extremely wrong. It's when you have to speak about that person who is not there in the group, speak in a positive way of the person. What are the positive qualities of the person? How good does he do for us? We can speak in this way. Then avoid what is negative. Don't speak negative either of yourself or of others. When you don't speak negative, the others certainly will think that I don't want to speak negative to them because they are speaking in a positive way and I too must speak in a positive way. And thus the entire world will fill with positive vibrations. And that certainly will be a good sign for the progress of the nation, of course to the world itself. Okay, so మనం మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు చాలా మటుకు ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఎదుటి వాళ్ళతో మన బాధల్నే చెప్పుకుంటాం, కష్టాలనే కలబోసుకుంటాం. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఎమోషనల్గా వాళ్ళకి అటాచ్ అవ్వాలి, దగ్గర అవ్వాలి అంటే కష్టాలను చెప్తేనేమో అని ఇండియన్స్ చాలా మటుకు అనుకుంటారు. నిరాశి చౌదరి తన వర్క్లో ఈ విషయాన్ని ప్రస్తావించారు. కాబట్టి మనం అలా మన కష్టాలను కాదు చెప్పుకోవాల్సింది, ఎదుటి వాళ్ళ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ని గమనించాలి, మన ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఏమో చూడాలి. ఆ తర్వాత అభిప్రాయాలని, అభిరుచుల్ని కలబోసుకుంటూ మనం ఏం చేయాలా అనుకుంటున్నాం అనేది చెప్తూ ఎదుటి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయాలా అనుకుంటే దాన్ని తెలుసుకొని ప్రోత్సహిస్తే ప్రపంచం అంతా పాజిటివ్ వైబ్రేషన్స్తో నిండిపోతుంది. సో థింక్ పాజిటివ్, స్పీక్ పాజిటివ్, then everything will be in positive in your life. And remember very well, never argue with anybody. We try to argue or we try to win when argument is going on. Either winning or losing is not correct. In this point of view, try to make any statement but not either comment. No, don't make any comment. Make a statement. If statement is deferred, then just substantiate your statement. But don't argue with anybody because argument always makes in a negative way. Okay, so the third thing is learn. Learn everything. If I am a lover of books, when I speak to all the people in the world, do I have to speak about books only? Or if I'm a lover of nature, wherever I go, how can I speak about nature only? I have to give importance to the other's point of view also. I must listen to what the others are saying. Then only I'll become a good speaker. Okay, first listen carefully what the people expect from you and then start speaking. Be interactive. When you are very interactive, you will understand what the others expect from you. So when you have to speak about something, say for example, if I have to speak to a cricket lover, I must know something about cricket. If I don't know anything about cricket, how can I talk to him? So I must know some names of the cricketers or the winning of the cricketers or something of cricket. And if I am going to talk to a child, I must speak about the things that they like. Maybe the sweets, chocolates, or the funny videos, or whatever comics, what the child likes, I have to speak in that point of view. So it is very important to impress not only the elders, even the kids also. So do you understand this? So if you want to become a modern man, if you want to become a good speaker, what you have to learn is learn everything, at least a bit of everything, learn, and then you will substantiate your topic. So then you will become a good speaker. సో మీకు అన్ని విషయాలు తెలిసి ఉండాలి. తెలియకుండా మాట్లాడితే ఇట్స్ నాట్ గుడ్. సో మనకి తెలిసిన దాన్నే చెప్పడం కూడా కరెక్ట్ కాదు. ఎదుటి వాళ్ళు ఏది చెప్తే దానికి అనుగుణంగా మనం కూడా మాట్లాడడానికి మనకు కూడా కొన్ని తెలిసి ఉండాలి. ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ బీ ఎ వర్డ్ డిటెక్టివ్. I hope you cannot understand this. What is meant by word detective? So, what the others speak, you have to expect that. Sometimes some people will be very droopy. They may not speak. They may not come up. Maybe they have some inferiority in themselves and they cannot mix with all the people. Then you go to them. You go on saying 2 or 3 statements. They'll give a single word. And that single word makes you to understand what they expect from you. When you start asking questions, they'll open up, they'll come to you, and they'll speak, and they'll become good friends. This is the most important skill for the students, at the same time the one who is aspiring to get a good job. So your interviewer may not give you clues in what they are asking. Then you go on speaking. At one point, the interviewer will use one word and try to catch that word and speak about it. The interviewer certainly will get satisfied with what you are speaking. So, మనం మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు ఎదుటి వాళ్ళు చాలామంది అందరితో కలవరు. కొద్దిగా వాళ్ళు పక్కకు ఉండిపోయి ఉంటారు. అలాంటప్పుడు వాళ్ళతో 2-3 మాటలు మాట్లాడితే వాళ్ళు ఒక వర్డ్ ఇస్తారు మనకి. ఆ వర్డ్ మనకి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్గా తీసుకోవాలి. అక్కడి నుంచి మనం కాన్వర్జేషన్ని బిల్డ్ చేయాలి. ఎదుటి వాళ్ళకి ఏ పాయింట్ ఇష్టమో తెలుసుకొని వాళ్ళ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో మొదట మాట్లాడి ఆ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ కావాలంటే మన పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూకి వాళ్ళని తీసుకొని రావచ్చు. సో ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇంట్రోవర్ట్ అంటే అంతర్గతంగా ఉండే మనుషుల్ని బయటకు తీసుకురావడానికి ఈ వర్డ్ డిటెక్టివ్ అనేటటువంటి ఒక టెక్నిక్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్గా ఉంటుంది. సో ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు బికమ్ ఎ గుడ్ టీచర్, what you need is you must be a word detective, because you must understand what your child or what your student need, what you have to deliver at that point of view. And remember very well, you must be a good word detective when you have to become a good speaker. And the next one is give importance to others. Give importance to others. So for example, you want to ask a student, what would you like to have? Would you like to have a test or a game? Would you like to take any leisure? The student will be under a dilemma what to take, whether to take a test or to go for a break or for leisure or to enjoy. So you just say, now it is very important to take the test, and after some time I'm going to give a leisure for you. I'll allow you to play in the playground. If you say like this, the student will get satisfied. Sometimes you are talking to other person, you say, where shall we go now? To restaurant or to cinema? And they may not answer you properly, because they too will be in a kind of dilemma what to answer, whether to go to the restaurant or to the cinema, or whether this person likes the restaurant or cinema. They'll be in this kind of confusion. So give a clarified idea. Let's go to the restaurant. I think you like it very much. This word is a magic word. Remember it. You like it. If you say this, you like it, maybe the other person certainly will like it. If they don't like, of course they will tell you, no doubt of it. But if you use this word when they are in a dilemma, they certainly will accept what you say. So give importance to others. Instead of me, instead of my, instead of I, use you. You like it. You would like to like this. You use you. You is a very powerful word. If you give importance to others, no doubt the others too will give importance to others, to you in return. So both will be happy. And the last one is avoid bloopers. These bloopers are unnecessary talk regarding communication. Say, for example, if anyone commit a mistake, especially let's take a classroom situation. If you are in a classroom, if the teacher asks a question, one student may give a wrong answer. What the others will do? They smile, they giggle, they laugh. Then what happens to the confidence of the one who gave answer? His confidence will be lost. He never will stand. He never will give answers. He'll be in droopy condition. He may think that I'm a waste fellow. I may not answer anymore. Okay, thus you're going to disturb the entire future of one person. It's wrong. Instead, keep quiet, keep silent. If he did any mistake, if he cannot answer, don't worry. The others may answer. If you giggle or if you smile, the person's confidence will be lost. At the same time, you went to a restaurant. There one person is carrying coffee or something in his hand, and maybe accidentally he fell down and all the things in his hands have been fallen down. Then if you say, oh, ayyo, like this, the person's confidence will be disturbed. Maybe it's not a joke, or it's not something what they intentionally done. It's an accident. It's a mere accident. And so try to understand. Don't say the words ayyo, oh, papam, like this. Don't say these words. Instead, you go and extend your hand, extend your help. Be compassionate. ఎదుటి వాళ్ళని అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. వాళ్ళకి మీరు ఎంపథెటిక్గా ఉండాలి. అర్థం చేసుకొని వాళ్ళ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలోకి వెళ్ళాలి. కానీ అనవసరంగా మనం ఒక వర్డ్ని మాట్లాడితే చూసుకోలేదా, ఆ మాత్రం తెలియదా, అంతేనా, ఇలాంటి మాటలన్నీ కూడా ఎదుటి వాళ్ళలో ఉన్న కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ లెవెల్ని చాలా మట్టుకు దెబ్బతీస్తాయి. కాబట్టి మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు బ్లూపర్స్ని యూజ్ చేయకండి. ఐ థింక్ ఇవి మీకు బాగా హెల్ప్ఫుల్గా ఉండొచ్చు. Maybe in my next video, I'm going to meet with you with some more communication skills. Thank you for watching.